Shalom, I praise to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham Rekake Rash. The witness to the apostles, salute to brothers teaching. Breaking news here. We've got they declared officially droughts in the UK. Now they actually said the droughts was gonna happen. They were saying it. They've been mentioning it. They said they was gonna declare it. Now they've declared it. A couple of things I want to say on this. You've got fires burning up. I'll talk about that after, because we know this is all set up. Because what you're seeing is green fields and all just turning chaffed. They've got before and after pictures and all of this. But what I want to what I'm going to talk about quickly before I go into that information is this here. Loading it straightens up 1 second. Right, there we go. So it says drought is officially declared in England as stores begin to ration bottled water to clamp down on panic buying. Millions more households are hit by hose pipe bans. So you know the scriptures talks about the tribulation that shall come to try the whole earth, and we're in them times. We're in them times. So you know things are just gonna keep heightening and heightening. And as you see, straight to the point, man. They're saying single water bottles are limited, 5 items per customer. All right, so there's only a certain amount of bottle water you can get right now. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I mean that's really straight to the point there. So let's go ahead and play that clip. So the rationing, you can't just go in the store and buy how many bottles of water. You're limited, and that's all part of this, man. Let's play this now.
There's been a drought declaration in parts of England in the last few minutes. Live to our political correspondent, Joe Pike. Joe, tell us more about what the Environment Agency is saying.
Well, Simon, the National Drought Group met this morning. This is chaired by the Environment Agency, but includes government ministers, water companies, other bodies like the Met Office. They have now announced that a drought is declared in parts of the southwest, the southern, central England area and east of England regions, parts of those 4 regions. They're encouraging people to use water wisely, but say that the water supplies will remain resilient. Some argue the declaration of a drought is largely a symbolic move because it doesn't suddenly trigger some points of action, doesn't trigger changes, but what stark symbolism this is. And as you can see from the pictures from the Skycopter today, Simon, matching this announcement, making it clear that so much of this supposedly green and pleasant land is currently dry and arid. Ultimately, water companies already have pre-agreed drought plans. They have hosepipe bans already in place. Yorkshire Water today, of course, adding to other companies who've already made announcements. But the hope of water companies and of the Environment Agency is that this declaration in these 4 areas encourages people to change their behaviour and reduce their water consumption. As I say, parts of the southwest, southern and central England and east of England areas have moved into drought status. Reducing water consumption is a real challenge, and last year in every single area of England, water companies failed to meet their targets. That is something that they're hoping will change with this big announcement. But it's not just consumers who are challenged, it's also farmers too, who have seen their crops damaged, grass not growing to feed cattle. We're certainly likely to see potato costs rise because farmers will get a smaller crop. The message now from government is use water wisely, but water supplies will remain resilient. It's possible the Environment Agency will separately apply for drought orders, but ultimately it's up to water companies to put in place their agreed drought plans. They are in charge of hosepipe bans. And just to recap, parts of the southwest, the southern, central England and east of England have moved, Simon, into drought status. The public being told to use their water wisely.
So what does that mean? That means that this official drought you know, straight to the point just means that now they can tell you how much water with the telling you there's hose pipe bans. Households are not allowed to use a hose pipe. You know, like you'd water your grass, you'd fill a swimming pool, you do this, you do that, and you're not allowed to use that. And then they've said it's in the hands of the water companies to basically to ration to tell you how much you can use. So that proves that it's all set up what they're doing. And I got another clip that can further prove that it's set up. Before I do that, let's read some. So they're rationing the bottles of water because of this drought that they're saying, and the water companies are allowed to distribute water on how much they want and how much you're not allowed to have. So this is, you know, it's all set up, man. We all know what that means. Water multi-packs are limited, 3 items per customer. And, you know, so they're limiting what you can buy, and that we all know that's the plans of to show you that in George Orwell's 1984 rations. The people have got rations. You only allowed, you know, they want you chipped, and then you only can have a certain amount, and they own everything. The super elite rich own everything. They're controlling. See, the thing is they're gonna starve the people out. They're not gonna be starved, man. They're gonna have everything. Let me get a quick scripture on that. I'm trying to make this a quick lesson. So I don't want to go into too much. Let's get this quickly. This is Jeremiah 15:2, and it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then shalt thou tell them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, such as are for death to death. So people are going to die, and people are dying. Such as are for the sword to the sword. Okay, now we're going to go into, we could do that in another lesson. Such as are for the famine to the famine. Food shortage, water shortage, crop failures. And that's what's happening. And it's all a set up plan to get people to bow down to the elites. Okay, what was the other thing I want to get? Now this proves that the elites have got stuff. They've got everything. Amos 9:1. Though they dig into hell, then shall mine hand take them. Though they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them down. And obviously, that's talking. The hell's talking about the earth, man. You got, you know what I'm saying, and it's talking about, and heaven's talking about outer space. So when you dig into, you're digging into the earth. You got a word shall wall, which means a grave, right? So anyway, what do you think they got? They're called bunkers. They got resources and stocks are loaded up in the bunkers, but they want to control the people with the lack of resources, with the lack of food and drink and all of that. All of a sudden now, they've been planning this Agenda 2030, Agenda 2020, Agenda 2030. They've been planning all this. And what they're doing right now is they're having everybody, because all that, like, you just had the fires going on about 3 weeks ago or something like that. Now it's just come again, and this time they said, oh well, there's more fires happening. The last time everywhere was burning up. We did the videos. Now it's burning up. Now you got the big fire going on in France, and they've had to get firefighters from other countries just to take this one out, and it ain't going out. It ain't going out, man. Well, let's get James 5:1, because I'm trying to keep this as a quick hit, breaking news. James 5:1. Go to now, you rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted and your garments moth-eaten. So these elites are still, they've got resources. You know what I'm saying? They got all of that. Everyone else is. You think the elite banking families and all that are in a drought? They ain't in a drought, man. You got these water companies. Oh well, we control the distribution to the people, not for the elites. Your riches are corrupted and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. You have heaped treasures together for the last days. So the elite said that they're not in no drought. You know, they want you to be in a drought. They want you to starve. They're going to be in them bunkers. They're going to be in there with resources, cows. And we all know that. We all know this, man. The more they talk about this global warming, the more these elites are just gaining more stuff, and you're getting less. And we can do a long video on that and go into all sorts about things that are happening. while the factories were burning up and farms, they were buying farms and buying property. Look at what's happening there, over there in Ireland. So the farmers are protesting because I think what the government, the corporate people are trying to own all that land, get it all off them. So what I'm gonna do here is go to another thing. I don't want to play a clip. Someone said I had a minor breakdown when the plan to stop in a supermarket for a sandwich or whatever, a sandwich, and a big bottle of water was screwed by the fact that they had no sandwiches and literally no bottles of water. But hey, are we all panic buying bottled water now? Philip Crook says, panic buying of bottled water. What is wrong with my people? My water tap works perfectly well. And obviously you don't really want to be drinking tap water, man, because that ain't, come on, what do you think people buy bottled water? If you know what I'm saying? And they're gonna do something with that, because the grid's gonna go down. So the year is 2022 and people are out here panic buying water. 2 trolleys full of bottled water. Wow. P.S. I also saw someone in their own car on their own still wearing a mask. What a strange bunch we are. Well, it's all set up. They're making people do this. Someone said, I'm going to rush out and buy 6 months stock of bottled water now. And that's how they get it. So you can say, oh yeah, well, and these are some of the images. Low water levels. This is what they're pushing. Somerset, which is a green place in England, an aerial view of waters, Wessex Waters, Sutton Bingham Reservoir. You got all these pictures. Now what I want to show, it says, despite hosepipe bans for millions, leaks are failing to be fixed across the country. There's leaks all over in the road, so what the water's just spilling out into the road. So this is just a perfect storm, as they say. Water's just leaking all over the place. So that means there's less water. So now what I'm gonna do, so this is where the hosepipe bans will be in place. We got the temporary bans. So what I'm gonna do here anyway, let's get this other article here. It says large areas of England officially in drought. So this is live, right? And we just watched the video on it. Meanwhile, in France, firefighters continue to fight a huge wildfire in the southwest, while low water levels on the Rhine River in Germany are disrupting shipping. Yeah, the Rhine, high Rhine, hieroglyphics. It's a personal joke, man. The Enter the Matrix, high Rhine hieroglyphics. So what I'll do is, you know what, you find out what that joke is, man. I'll put the video up. Anyway, ways to save water. Oh, now they're telling you what to do. Shorter showers. On average, a shower uses 10 litres a minute. Turn taps off, fix leaks, fully loaded. So now what I want to do, let me go to the clips now. And then I'll close this one out. And I'll probably do a live on this, because this is breaking news, man. Okay, what was I gonna do? Oh, by the way, look at this. This is how you know this shit is. Okay, it's going sideways, but you keep seeing these circles of, in my opinion, I mean, look at that, and we've seen that patches of burnt singed earth in the form of a circle. If you was to ask me, I'd say Esau's using some energy weapons, and that's what I'd say. Now let me play this quickly.
Charities are becoming.
So what I want to do here is go to this part where they actually start encouraging people now. They're trying to tell people are burning up. They're telling people not to go to the swimming pools, not to go to the sea. They're trying to get in your head to make you not even go down there. to cool off. Check this.
And actually feeling the warm air like you would if you were in Portugal or Spain or wherever. It's like you're still there. You start looking around you at the grass and the vegetation and the hose pipe bans and those sorts of things. You start to think, well, you know, they've been going on about global warming. Is this a sign of things to come for our summers? Because we're not really used to it. You're not used to coming back from your holiday abroad and actually feeling the warm air like you would if you were in Portugal or Spain or wherever. It's like you're still there.
Grab my wrist. Grab on the mat at the back.
A dip in the sea may be a tempting way to cool off from an amber extreme heat warning, but that water is freezing.
So they're saying going in the seas, and this is what people do to go on the beach. They go on the beach, they go abroad to go on the beach if it's hot. Now it's hot in England. Now they say, no, the water's too cold. Do you know how ridiculous that is, man? And they show, and what they're saying is, they're showing this video of someone getting rescued. This dude's like a professional diver. Check this.
And it could be the difference between life or death.
We are seeing all too often at the moment happy family day trips to the beach ending in tragedy or in a rescue. So the message...
So they're saying that, so to deter you from going to cool off in the sea, they show you a professional diver in a diving suit getting put back on the jet ski. But they're telling you about families. That's the perfect clip to use, right? A professional diver. This is all set up, man. You know, don't go down there because the water's too freezing, and it's life and death. So they don't want you to even cool off. They don't want you to drink water. They want you to serve them, and that's it. And that's what's going to happen when they bring out the digital Yule, because they're going to want to know who's down with them, who's not. You remember the story where Nebuchadnezzar had everyone bow down to the statue, and if you didn't, you was going to get put down. And then just look at what Esau was doing when you read the Maccabees and all of that. And you know, they was destroying all the temple and all that, and forcing Israelites to eat pork and all this stuff. So you had a lot of Israelites that took on the Greek way of life.
From the RNLI this weekend is, if you're going to the coast, take...
So they don't really want people to go to the coast now. What I want to do is bring out one more clip. Let's check this.
With Dropbox, your content, tools, and team members are always just a click away. You can access...
The temperature is...
Look at that. So all over the now we see, now when it had happened a couple weeks ago, we had seen this, man. We had seen a patch. It was only a small patch as well, singed, as if some energy weapon had singed the ground. And this is what's going on all over the place. You tell me the last time you've seen something like this. So this just shows you that what the times we're in. This is showing you the times we're in here. Order of chaos, state of emergency, all out chaos. You know, and that's part of it. That's where you're gonna get your famines, your lack of bread, your uproars of the people. It's gonna be chaotic out here. This is what you're seeing: chaos, order of chaos. All right.
Rising again over already bone dry soil.
You know what? Now I'm gonna cut close. Let me bring a scripture out quickly, because I do want to keep this one shorter. The Lord one might go live on it. This is Revelations 3. And 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Okay, so everyone's going to be tested, man. And there's got to be a goal to it. Yeah, the goal is to get everybody to bow down to him, release, and bear his mark. Now that clip says, who shall bear his mark? What was I going to put in high time? That's Romans 13. It's in 10. This is Romans 13:11. And not knowing the time, and not knowing the time that now is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed, man. And you can read on, it says, The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness and let us put on the armor of light. How are you going to survive this? You put in the armor of the light, and the Lord's going to start doing miracles. That's another lesson. But the Lord's going to protect his elect, man. The Lord's going to do stuff whereby the Lord can send angels to help you out, man. He's going to do that. The messengers, the Holy Spirit. You know, the scripture says the angels encampeth around them that be righteous, man. So you're actually protected by angels out here. The ones that the Lord's going to protect. So, you know, because you think you got a plan, I'm going to do this, do that. Well, you're going to see that because people are going to be busting each other's fucking apartments, their stocks and all that. It's going to be chaotic. And you got people that, the scriptures that you got people that would store up all their life saved. There's one prepper dude, and there's one dude, man, this dude, he was actually mocking other people for, they said, I don't know what to do. And he was like, mate, I've been doing this for 20 years, so I don't know about you. So he's supposed to be some UK prepper dude that people watch, man. That dude's off his head. But, you know, you saying that, someone probably got your number called. Probably for you cheeky bastard, man. You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna call your card, man. I see that happening to that dude. What's his name, man? This UK prepper dude, man. Because I was watching it, and he was kind of mocking the own people, and he's making a lot of money. And then he said one thing about people were like, look, man, I only got a certain amount of dollars or no pounds. You know, how do I go about it? You know, and he was like, well, mate, I don't know about you, but you know, I've been doing this. If you think you can do what I've done, and I'm, you know, and then basically, then he ended up asking them to fucking send him money. Because you know they get paid on the thing when, you know, so I was like, this is a joke. And so it's gonna be dog eat. The point is, it's dog eat dog. The love of many shall wax cold, man. All right, so I'm gonna close it out because I know this will be can be in a half an hour video. So there you go. I might do a live and play these clips. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom.